Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. So I know it's getting a little late, but I really wanted to make this video to kind of just show y'all what this little $15 can change the look of a truck. So I don't know if y'all remember, but the last video I did a walk around of this truck, and it actually has some LED tail lights in it, which I'll show you here. It's LED tail lights in it, but this right here, I was not a fan. They're broken. They worked, but I don't like that. So I actually had a pair of these laying around. They're stock red. They fit perfect. I mean, they're made for this truck, but they look a lot better than having been broke. This one here does have a little crack on it, but it's nothing major. So for $15, I'm gonna show y'all here in just a second. I'm actually gonna tear these out, and then we're gonna go to the garage, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what we're gonna do to these. So let's get started taking these out, and yeah, we'll get seen in the garage. All right guys, and just like that, got both of these removed. Super simple. Star bit, I think it's like a T25. There's just two little screws right here to the side, and it pops right out, and then you got your two harnesses. So we can get in the garage and see what we need to do. All right guys, so now that we're in the garage, the product that I'm actually going to be using is the VHT nightshade. This is $15 off Amazon. Super cheap. It's very easy. Here on the back it says do not exceed more than 3 coats or the light may not show through. So we'll give or take probably 2 coats, but if we need to go a third one, then we'll go a third one. But first off, yeah, I'm going to actually get all these cleaned up, get them taped off. I'm actually gonna leave all this plastic stuff the way it is. I'm actually gonna do all of these, the red and the reverse light side, to really just get the full effect of the nightshade. Heard really good things about this. What does it say there? Turn day into night. So we will see how this works out. It's like 70 degrees here in Texas, so there's no need in putting this in warm water, warming it up, make sure it works the way it should. So I'm gonna let this be out. I'm gonna tape all this up, clean them up, and we'll get started to spraying. One other thing I want to mention before we get started, there's plenty of other ways that we can actually tint these taillights to make them look a little bit more presentable on this old truck. Yes, you can go and get LED taillights that are already pre-smoked. There's really no point in spending all that money on some LED taillights when these work perfectly fine, and this tint shade should be perfect. I mean, you can do a tint film, you're going to spend quite a bit of money on some tint film to get these tinted up, and it's usually just not worth it. So I'm going the cheapest route possible, and then this should be fairly simple. Anybody can do this, so it's nothing that some professional has to do. No, we'll get this done, and I'll show you step by step on how to do it, and it's super simple. And then yeah, no, there's plenty of other ways, but this is the cheapest, easiest, and fastest, because you can do it all in yourself in your garage. Order off of Amazon for $15, super cheap. So, yep, let's get started. All right, now that we have everything masked off. Now, yes, I'm not a professional masker off or whatever, but this should be good enough to, you know, get the point of just kind of keeping that plastic protected. I don't think it needed to be, but we'll just see what happens. So grab this there. Let's see what happens. So then I got it all shook up. So what the plan is to spray one at a time, of course, and then I'm gonna let them sit for about 5 minutes, and then that way everything kind of dry up, and then we'll hit them with a second coat, and then we'll kind of just go from there on which, if we need more in some spots, or if it looks streaky, we'll hit it more. But kind of just playing it by ear with this stuff, because it's, of course, tint in a can, so it's hard to say where you're gonna need it until you get there. So let's get to spraying. already looking darker. All right guys, now like I said, I'm gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes and let this dry up a little bit, and we'll hit it with a second coat because I'm not too sure about this first one. This still looks pretty red. So we'll hit it with a second one, get it a little bit darker because the jug's a little dark too. So it's a dark blue. This is gonna look way better than that big broken LED tail light that was in it. So like I said, super easy, super glossy as well. So yeah, let them sit for about 5 minutes and then we'll spray them with another coat. All right guys, so they've actually been sitting for about 5 minutes now, but this second coat is actually gonna be a little different. I'm actually going to go long ways with the coating instead of that short ways that I went. To kind of show y'all, this was the first coat. Second coat is gonna be like this. So I can get a little bit more coverage and make sure everything is evened out on both tail lights. So I'm going to give it a little shake and spray our second coat. Yeah, looks pretty good. Still got a little red in them, which is still technically legal. So let these dry up. See what we need to do, another coat. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that. That is 2 coats of the nightshade. So nightshade actually says to let these cure for 24 hours. And of course, it's dark outside. So I'm gonna let these sit for overnight, and then come morning, I'm gonna see about getting these installed in the second gen, getting a little overview on them, see how they look, see how the brightness is, and then probably end it there. All right, see y'all tomorrow. All right guys, so it is the next day. I've let these things sit overnight completely. So they're completely dry. They're dry to the touch. I mean, everything looks great. These things turned out amazing. So these things have been drying for about 20 hours now. So give or take, I mean, that's usually about, like the can said, 24 hours to cure. So 20 hours is just fine enough. But so I'm gonna get this masking tape took off, and then I'm going to put them in the truck, put some bulbs in them, and see how they look. You can definitely still see some redness, but they are definitely look a lot better than those broken LED tail lights that were on it. And further back, they look a little darker too, so I think it looks a little better than some broken tail lights like that. Get them turned on so you guys kind of see what the running lights look like. Very nice. And this is just running lights. Brake lights are obviously going to be a lot brighter. I really like them. They turned out really good. All right guys, so there you have it. Got the smoke tail lights put in there. They look really good, and kind of just a reason on why I went this route was because I really didn't want to spend a lot of money on those LED tail lights to either fix them or get another one because they're pretty expensive. So this is a cheap, easy, fast way to just change the look with some old red tail lights. Now you can do this on your third brake light, which this one was already LED, so didn't need to change that. You can do the headlights, tail lights, a whole bunch of different things. So this thing turned out pretty awesome. All right guys, so this is gonna be the end of the video. Taillights turned out amazing, so I really like that. They're cheap, easy, fast, I mean, the whole nine there. So I do have some more things ordered for this old truck, mainly to change this and those. So hopefully that'll help out the whole front end of the look of this truck. I also gonna get a new starter this week, so we can maybe see if we can get this thing back up and running, fix all the leaks up, and then give this thing a nice wash. And yeah, just kind of go from there. Please like, subscribe, comment. I mean, do it all. I know these aren't the most amazing videos because of course this is my second video actually. So yeah, follow along with this build. And like I said, I got plenty of other builds. Got the 05, the first gen, so it'll be a whole lot of content that's coming. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for this one. See you on the next one. Peace.